JT, you guys were up 16 with 7 minutes to go. Where do you feel like it went wrong from that point on?
I felt that maybe, that Melbourne turned the tempo up a little bit. They kind of played with a sense of urgency in the last 7 minutes, and it kind of like threw us off. Our tempo wasn't at the same pace what helped us get that 16-point lead. So it just kind of like them being at home and turning that tempo up a little bit, that pressure and the experience that they have kind of got away from us.
How do you stop something like that from happening again? There's a team that can obviously beat you in spurts like that. How do you make sure that doesn't happen?
I mean, clearly we got to, stay aggressive. We got to stay aggressive and, do what it takes to get to that point. But then also, other people got out there got to do their job and call the obvious things and don't let them play into their hands. So, I mean, we were fighting, other demons out there as well. So it is what it is. But this one is on me, and this is on, my team understands that, they got to make sure that they got to find a way to pull the game out. Can't have a 17-point lead with any team and then allow to come back. So, but, I told them I'd take this one on the chin as far as the preparation or the experience of getting them through this one. So we'll be ready for the next one.
Do you have a feeling that the officiating sort of changed in that fourth quarter, maybe favored them a little bit?
100%. 100%. I mean, I don't know what they're reviewing when JLA and Gary get mixed up on trying to long inbound pass, and you see a whole arm wrapped around them, and we're looking at who took the ball out of bounds, and then also we're trying to get the ball in bounds, and J-Rob get grabbed in the corner by Dellavedova. So it's playoffs, and I thought we had the best officiating on the crew. That's what we were supposed to be had or told, but it is what it is. I mean, they're not blaming them for our loss, just some of the inconsistencies that allowed to help it to it.
Sam, what did you like in this matchup? You had one of the best games of the season.
I mean, I think our strengths have been inside first with me and Gary, and then we build out of that. I mean, there's not much to like when you go down like that, when you feel like you have it in the fourth, and then we let the foot off the gas and let them back in.
JT spoke about the tempo in the end of the fourth quarter. Where do you feel like you guys lost it when you were up 16?
I mean, it looked like to me they started pressing us full court, and it messed us up. We couldn't get in offense, and then the ball got stagnant, and then we were taking some bad shots, which let them get out in transition and get a bit of momentum. And then, I think we ended up giving up a few O-boards as well, which let Daly and Golding just hit some open threes, and that's tough to guard.
JT, what did you like about the defensive coverages you had, especially in the first three quarters where Daly was hitting shots, but it seemed like the guys who you wanted to shoot the ball were the ones shooting the ball?
I felt our scout was as solid as we wanted to be, but, you got to adjust when other guys that you're allowing to take certain shots start hitting them like Daly did and Travers. So I think we probably pressed up a little bit too late on it. They got into a groove to where they start feeling good as a player. So, but I felt the scout was good enough. I mean, our effort in that was great. Our energy and our passion was great. And it's just we have to find a way to, close the game out when we have an opportunity like that.
What went into the reason to have Kyle inbound the ball a few times at the end?
His experience, his composure, I felt, and, his free throw making ability. They had 4 fouls to get until they was in the bonus, so we wanted to make sure that, we had some of our most solid and most best decision makers in the game.
Sam and Gary started off really well in that first half for you, but they slowed down a bit in the second half. How do you keep them going in that second half?
I mean, they get a lot of attention. So, I mean, Swaka did a great job hitting some threes. Lee did as well to space it on up. Tyler didn't get a chance to get as many threes made as he would like to. I made 3 out of 6, which is solid. But, that's how we keep those guys going, that where our guys on the outside ability to make shots so they can get a breather here and there and get back to work.
Sam, how do you keep going as well? You started off really well, but slowed down a bit in that second half. How do you keep going?
I mean, part of it's, where can I get mine? Like, if we're a bit stagnant, am I going to go and grab an offensive rebound, stick it back in, running in transition? I think, I got a couple out early, and then there's a few more times I could have rim run a bit harder. But, I mean, I'm not worried about where my shots are coming from. Whatever happens to win the game is what needs to happen.
Justin, do you think the players ever got ahead of themselves in that last quarter?
No, I don't think so. They was just, happy to have the opportunity to, be able to seal the game. I don't think they got ahead of themselves. I just think that Melbourne just turned it up a little bit more and wanted the experience, and they had some shots go their way. So, but I think my guys in the huddle for the most part were locked in and ready to finish the game.
How significant was the extra, I suppose, rest that Melbourne had when it comes to the overtime period? Do you think that had anything to do with the result in the end?
No, not in my opinion. I mean, they was rested for a reason. They were the #1 team. We felt that we didn't need the rest, or we felt playing helps us better. So, if rest was what it was that they came in and dominated overtime, I just think the momentum was basically what it was, in my opinion.
And Lee, hobbled in the fourth quarter, and I think he came back after that. Is there any issues with him?
As of right now, I don't think so. Lee's tough enough. He was like, if it was some issue, he would have let me know.
Or any other players afterwards? Any other injuries to come out of the game?
Nope. Just ticked off from losing.
Justin, it seemed like that you guys jumped out of the blocks early on and had a real you guys seem to be dominating playing your game out there. Is that the type of basketball that you want to be playing through the playoffs? Obviously, this is your first playoff game as such. Is that the type of basketball you want to carry through for the rest of the series?
I mean, it was working. I mean, it wasn't broke. So, I mean, I think it's just play an up-tempo type of basketball and be able to execute half court and find our guys who are hot. So we always want to push the tempo when we can and get easy shots in the transition, but we go to our guys, our bread and butter, when we go half court. So if that's a different type of tempo, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, we like a up-tempo type of game.
Is there anything you changed going into game 2, or you're happy with how you guys executed most of this game?
I mean, we will hopefully, limit, Delvin over 30 points and Travers, give them a little bit more attention. But at the end of the day, we're not going to. We just got to finish the game. Everything we did, we were satisfied with. We just had to finish the game.
Sam, what gives you confidence that this team won't be dispirited after a loss like that?
I mean, the whole season, we've come off losses and been really good, and it's at home. I'm pretty sure it's sold out, and all the games that have been sold out, we've played really well and with a lot of energy. So I'm looking forward to going back there on Sunday.
Sam, can you just talk a little bit about going against JLA? And I mean, I think you were 9 or 10 in the first half, and it looked like every time you caught it, you were just like, I'm going to take it. Did you have your tail was up as high as I've seen it this year in that first half? Can you just talk a bit about that, about how he's one of the best centers in the league, and you absolutely took it to him?
Yeah, I mean, so am I. It's just what it is. I'm not afraid of anyone. So whoever it is, I'm going at him.
All good.
Thank you.
Thanks.